And all the while, you're still trying to figure out who started the fire. What's up, party people? It's your girl, Garvin with an A. And I'm back with movie time. That's right, we're movie time. We're moving movie time. That's right, we're moving. Hey, it's been a month already and I'm just like, whoa. If you have not seen my last couple of reviews, definitely go check those out. Every once in a while, I do pick the movies that y'all want me to review. So today we are talking about little fires everywhere. You don't know you need something until you get it. Little Fires Everywhere is actually Hulu. Ooh, we switched it up a little bit. It's a Hulu miniseries, 8 episodes. It's about a lot. There's a lot encompassed in it, but in its simplest form, there are two women who are dealing with the effects of motherhood, trying to understand their children as mothers have always had to do. They're trying to determine what is right and wrong in their lives and trying to fix areas and trying to compensate for something that they lost in their life. They get you ready with the theme song. I talked about that in my anime review, which you should definitely go check out. It's very dark and twisted and just weird. They really set that tone for you. I knew I was gonna watch it when I saw Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington. I knew it then I was gonna review this show. I knew it then that this show needed some serious air time. Kerry Washington is known for her dramatic roles. You don't tend to see her in too much comedy. But then you have Reese Witherspoon, who is like Legally Blonde, comedy. So seeing her in a serious role, it definitely stretched me a little bit. The concept in general stretched me a lot. I got a lot of topics and I'm hoping that I can talk about all the topics that I want to talk about in this. It starts out, so to speak, in September of 1997. What a year, what a time. Basically, there has been a fire. This beautiful home is set ablaze and we're trying to figure out what is going on. Already starting hot. Got it. I'm going to be on edge the whole time. That's cool. Some of the topics it hits, at least for me, is the dynamic between white women and black women. I told you I was going to talk about the silencing of black women. This is the episode where I talk about the silencing of black women. Throughout history, all the way back from slave times, all the way up to now, the feelings and emotions of black women have been silenced not only by their black counterparts, but also by, their white counterparts. We get less attention in the media. We don't get the representation on screen like we deserve. We usually are very over-sexualized. Everybody else around us has kind of lived by that, and we're expected to support everyone else. The two characters that Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon play are struggling with similar things. They're both mothers who have made decisions in their lives to shape and mold a lifestyle for themselves that they, in their mind, have justified already. And basically, we're dropped into a situation where both of these women's decisions are challenged. Where Mia Williams is, I actually know someone named Mia Williams. But anyway, like a nomadic artist, she's going all over the country. You have Elena Richardson, who is really invested in her kids and her family life. Two different scenarios and somehow so parallel. Elena Richardson, Reese Witherspoon's character, allows Mia and Pearl to move into their rental property. It's evident that they're homeless. So she's like, let me take it upon myself to help them out. First, you're just like, oh, well, that was nice of her. And then it kind of piles on just subliminally. Mia is working at this job where she can't be around Pearl all the time. It's like, oh, well, you know what? Why don't you come work for us? Of course, Mia's already hip before I was, and she says no. And I'm like, girl, you better take that free money. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, she's trying to make a project out of you. Elena doesn't feel like she's running game. Doesn't feel like she's trying to make a project out of Mia and Pearl in her intention, so to speak. But she also does not reach back into the subliminal parts of her mind that says, my family's understanding of wealth and success is never associated with blackness. In fact, most times it is usually associated with servitude. Pearl, my heart and soul. Her mom has taken her around the world. And so part of you is like, because she's been around the world, she's smarter than the average child because she's experienced so much, she's seen so much, quicker to pick up on things. It irked me sometimes when she would get things. It's almost like, girl, you know that she's only doing this because you can help her. You know she's only doing this because it's for her benefit. Speaking to Lexi as a character, she has these epiphany moments, but she chooses friendship over the epiphany moments, and that speaks to the forgiveness within many Black people's hearts. We are by society always told to compensate, always told to make people feel comfortable. We're always told to make people feel welcome and all of that stuff. And it's like we never get anything in return for it, but we're just always supposed to give to these people who feel entitled to who we are. Physically, emotionally, mentally, all of that. But at every turn, they show you her innocence. And I think that is so beautiful. And I love that they decided to do that with the Black woman character. So often in other stuff, young Black girls are not given that chance, seeing it for its full-fledged abuse of Black women as a presence. A very real experience, a very true experience that I really appreciated that they incorporated. There were some things that were off-putting for me. You have Lexi, right? Her and Brian are arguing about something that she lied about, and in order to keep the relationship perfect like she wants it to be, she decides, you know what, we're just gonna move part of the relationship timeline up. They were planning on having sex at prom, but then she decides, you know what, it's homecoming, I want to enjoy my boyfriend and I'm tired of him being very upset with me, so let me just give it up. They give you a scene where she gives it up to Brian. I skipped past it, and here is why. I don't think that we should, in our desire to convey something, there are certain lines for me that I can't cross as a viewer and I can't cross as a filmmaker. Now, mind you, these actors are over the age of 18, so whatever happened in the show, they did consent to. But they basically filmed them having sex in a limo. They are fully clothed. They don't take their clothes off, but it was still very unsettling for me. And maybe that's the reason why they set it up that way. It's because it's supposed to be unsettling. It's like, this is wrong. You're trying to manipulate your boyfriend to keep him from being upset with you about something that you did, which was wrong. But for me, it was just uncomfortable to watch. I could tell she was already manipulative, and so I guess it was just the icing on the cake to, do that. But I will say this, I do not in any way, shape, or form condone sex scenes where quote-unquote high school students are partaking in it. For all of its symbolisms and what have you, I think that innuendo is just as good. The last thing I want to talk about is the relationship between Pearl and her mom. I know what it's like to have a Black mother, to be raised by Black women. And I'm 22 now, and I'm starting to understand parts of Mia's problem because it is a problem within our community. You have Mia, who is so giving and loving to everybody and it seems like she's not very giving and loving to her daughter. It's not necessarily that that's the case. It's just that her love for her daughter is expressed differently than her love for everyone else. Pearl's desire to feel connected to her mom, in part is like, I want the things that I want, but I also want your approval on that. Like, I want you to be okay that this is not the life that I want. And she's constantly battling with this. Mind you, she's a high school student dealing with a lot of hormones and dealing with a lot of issues. And so she's trying to balance, I still want to be connected to my mom, and at the same time, I also want to have different things in life than what she gave me, because it always seemed greener on the other side, which is something that they challenge here with Elena Richardson's family. Stability seems cool until you're in it and it's chaotic. This is definitely not a family show if you're not ready to have tough conversations about womanhood, because they hit it from all sides. Sacrifice, going against the grain, pro-choice versus pro-life, validations as a woman, the validation of motherhood, raising a woman. What does it mean to raise a girl, raise a daughter, raise the perfect daughter? This is only one season, and I'm sad because that's all it needed. And I'm also like, there has to be more conversation. But again, this is the point of film and television, for us to have these conversations about what you saw, what you heard, how it ended. And this ending, y'all, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you need to go watch the show if you haven't seen it. Very high on my list right now. I've seen a lot of stuff, but you've also seen a lot of stuff. Any shows, movies, or actors that you want me to talk about, I would love to talk about them. If you've already seen the show, Let me know what you think about it. Let's have some serious conversation. These movie times are not long enough for the kind of conversations we need to have. You can always follow me at AYEGARVIN, Garvin, and you can always follow me at Garvin Girls Entertainment at GARVINGIRLFENT. I'm testing out theme songs. Give me a theme song, people. Please give me a theme song. I'll see y'all later. I'm already cutting up. It's late, evidently. Bye.